It's 5 in the morning on Monday. The Sunday night was busy. I've got about 3 something on. 3:30, 3:40, 3:50, something like that. I'm tired. I'm tired of driving. Not tired of sitting around and watching videos and relaxing. No, I'm tired of driving. Last time I pulled into a parking lot, I crashed out. Just went straight to sleep after watching maybe 2 minutes of a video. One more hour to go and the night is over. Things are coming back to normal now. We have a day driver again for Monday. So this morning we have a day shift guy on. I think he was on yesterday too because things were not as I had left them. Yeah, it was pretty heavy there for a while. I was getting another call before I had the money in my hand from the present call. Just getting rushed, and for a while there I was going north, south, north, south, north, south, north, south, and getting a call immediately after dropping off. And a couple times the call was exactly at the place where I had dropped off. So I didn't have to go very far to get the next one. You can tell I'm knackered. Yeah, I'm extremely tired. I just want to get home. Well, take a nap first in a parking lot and then take somebody somewhere. Yeah. I think I'll go to sleep again in a parking lot, waiting for something to happen. It's now 6:08 in the morning on Tuesday morning. 6:08 a.m. I just dropped off my last fare. The system tried to give me another one, but it's after 6 o'clock, so I'm not going to take it. The night was mostly quite busy. There was a time there for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, that it was one trip right after another, and it was running me ragged. And the calls were getting older, and people would disappear before I got there. It was just a shit show. I did $350 for the night, which is pretty good actually. For a Monday night, $350. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting quite pissed off there. It wouldn't let me take a minute to take a breath, and I don't like being rushed. I think I've mentioned that before. I like to work more relaxed and not pressured and not stressed, and, you know. What else have I got to say? I'm pretty tired because of all this stuff I've been put through. Yeah, this is it. I'm going home. I've had enough. It was a rainy night too. It rained quite heavily for much of the time. You know you're tired when every time you pull into a parking lot turn on your phone to watch something on it, you fall asleep watching your phone. I don't have much else to say this morning. Maybe tomorrow. This particular night was Tuesday night, and it was a little slower than the Sunday and the Monday, which would have been good because it was more relaxing and less stress. And then I started getting voicemail from my regular customer who would leave me voicemail saying, "Call me." So I'd call her and she wouldn't answer. Now, I couldn't answer her when she called me because I didn't hear it ring because she's blocked. So then I unblocked her. So that when she would call me, I could answer. Every time she called me was when I was busy and driving. And you know, they have laws against handheld items. If a policeman sees me using a phone, talking on the phone when I'm driving, then I'm seriously, and I have to pay a big ticket. And I don't want to pay for tickets. So I unblocked her. She called me and asked me to come get her somewhere and take her home. She was on her way back home from downtown where she scored. So I took her home. The fare was $8. She gave me $4 because that's all she had. Later on, she called me again and said she wanted to go downtown, and I asked, "Do you have money?" She says, "Yes." Okay, I'm thinking she's got money. No, she gives me her bank card that I can withdraw money next week from her bank account when a check gets deposited there. And of course, she borrowed money again. And she says, "I won't call you again." Then when I'm busy with a customer, she's sending me text messages. She wants me to come again and lend her money again and take her downtown again. And I have her bank card. And at the very end of the shift, she asked me if I could drop off some whiskey. That's when I blocked her again. She's staying blocked. Next week, there better be money in her account. A fucking pain. I don't need to put up with this. I got enough stress at work. We're on a skeleton crew here. We don't have a lot of cars on. I'm working my ass off. And the one time I get a night that isn't so hectic, I get her bothering me and borrowing money from me. She still owes me a shit pile. She gives me her card and she says, "You can take out this much." And I'm going, "Oh, really? If I can get that much out of there, that'd be wonderful." Anyway, she's blocked for now. The trouble is, when you block somebody on the phone and text, they can still leave you voicemail. And I do not appreciate that part, being left voicemail. God, it's painful. Let's see what kind of bills I got today. Nothing. Good. See, an empty mailbox. That's a good thing. I'll be back tomorrow. It is now 5:51 in the morning on Thursday. That means I got one more night to go this week. The night was successful. I did $362 worth of business. I had some longer fares, and I also had some long breaks in between fares. The pace wasn't too bad. It wasn't breakneck. It wasn't the pace that would wipe me out and, you know, stress me out. The one where, you know, before you've got the money in your hand, you've got another call, and again, before the money's in your hand, another call, and before the money's in your hand, another call, and it goes like that. Had a couple nights like that this week, but this one wasn't quite like that. This one was time for a break in between. Okay, it might happen once or twice that you have a call right away, but not one after another like that, you know. So, yeah, it was a good night. And I'm exhausted. I was bringing somebody out to the airport and almost nodding off while driving. I would catch myself just in time to not nod off while driving to the airport. It's not safe. But, you know, what they don't know won't harm anyone. Maybe my blood sugar is a bit low. It's been a bit low all night. Maybe it's coming back. I don't know. Usually when the sun comes up, the blood sugar comes up. The liver decides to pump sugar into the bloodstream again. That's the theory anyway. When you're diabetic like me. Yeah, one more night to go this week, and another nice thing about tonight is that nobody pestered me. I have my regular customer's bank card. She says that when the money gets deposited on the 20th, I can take a big chunk out. Yes. That's good. And she said she wasn't going to trouble me until that day. I said, okay, I'll get the card back to you. So maybe things will work out. Anyway, back to town. And one more night to go. Friday morning at 5:55. That is the time, 5:55, Monday morning. And stay put. I don't want you to flop over this time. Maybe I'll put you over here. Angle you a little more so that you won't be so prone to flop over. It was real quiet for the first 3 hours of my shift. Then after 9 o'clock, something happened. It went batshit crazy busy. One right after another, after another. Speed bumps. Busy. I think I did 8 or 9 trips in 3 hours, maybe more, maybe 12 trips in 3 hours. Anyway, it was one call after another, after another, after another. Then, around, I guess it must have been midnight, everything went quiet again. At 1 o'clock, I received a call to go get somebody somewhere. And I went there, and the phone was busy. And I tried sending a text message, and the text message was not accepted. It said on the phone that it tried 3 times to send it, but it didn't work. Okay, so I went back to the parking lot to go to watch some more video and fell asleep watching video again. Okay. An hour later, around 2 o'clock, I got sent to that same address again, and the instruction was on here to say to call. So I called, and there was a busy signal again, and it would not accept my text messages and busy signal. I think I called 3 times. Busy, busy, busy. I even went up to the door and knocked on it. Nobody answered. Okay, I got back in the car and drove away. Fortunately, I got another call shortly after that went from one end of town to the other, which was good. And then I had a few more calls, maybe 1 an hour. And then it was starting to get busy again around 4 or 5 o'clock. At 5, I took one of my regular customers to a janitor at the university, and she I was so exhausted from driving her, or from the whole night, from the whole week, that when I got there to the parking lot at the university and dropped her off, I just reclined my seat and took a nap on the spot. Right there on the spot. Until half an hour later at 5:30. Then I thought, oh, well, okay, I'll sort of mosey on down to the busier area where I usually work. And sure enough, I got a call right away. The call was about 15 minutes old. By the time I got there, it was 20 minutes old, and nobody was answering the phone, and nobody was answering the text. And then I'm waiting in front of the house, and a taxi from another fleet pulls up in front. A guy gets out, goes to the front door of the house, and then comes back from the house, gets in the other cab, and they drive away. I'm going, huh? And nobody's answering my call. Great. Well, that's a no load, seeing as it is 22 minutes old by now. I got sent on one more call. I took the guy to work at a hardware store from a Tim Hortons. Great. As soon as I was dropping him off, I was receiving another call. It was time was 5:50. I didn't want to do another fare, and I didn't want to be later than it was. So when I dropped him off, I did not accept another call. Immediately, I rejected a call, and immediately it was trying to send me another call. I rejected that one too. Too bad. I've had enough. I was exhausted. I took a half-hour power nap because I needed it. Because I was probably all over the road and couldn't see the road anymore. Now, after that power nap, I can at least make my way to the car wash, and wash the car, and detail it, and bring it back clean. And that is the end of that. did 260. That's not bad for a night that was slow for half the time and ridiculously busy the other half the time. 260 I can live with. That's a couple bottles of whiskey. That's a couple of good bottles of whiskey. I hope yours is better than mine.